Fake.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect timing. Welcome to Travel on the Rocks. For today, we're going to do a fun little experiment that Katie, I think, is going to have to explain. But to start off, I'm Alisha.
I'm Katie.
And that's Lee.
I'm Lee.
Lee's been really focused on trying to open his...
I'm excited.
Lee's been focusing on how to open his wine bottle using Tim the Toolman Taylor ethics there, I guess, work ethics. And it worked out. So, yay.
So Lee, break down the tools that you used to open your wine bottle just in case somebody at home doesn't have a wine opener.
Yes. It was really impressive to
watch.
watch.
For all my fellas, we use Milwaukee only, all right? So it's a multi-purpose tool. It's not a drill. I used a 3-inch screw. Where's the camera? A 3-inch screw. I screwed into the cork. Then I used a fork that my wife's going to be pretty upset with. Oh, look, it's doing like the Star Trek sign. Anyway. That's not how the fork's supposed to be.
I can't do it.
I can't. Oh, yeah, I can do it with this hand.
Live long and prosper.
He's just throwing up gang signs.
My fork
kind
of looks like you do that. Okay, sorry.
West Side. I got the fork and then I just pried it up, and luckily I didn't cut myself and the wine didn't go everywhere, so I'm good.
Yeah,
good job.
And
that was impressive.
That was impressive. I was gonna say, and we watched in wonder and also in worry. So
if you do it yourself at home, just make sure you're wearing eye protection, because I thought Lee was going to stab himself in the eyes several times with a fork, but
and maybe gloves just in case that fork or drill or nail or whatever slides. You don't want to stab your hands either.
Yeah.
Or just go ahead and get you a corkscrew and a wine opener. Don't
for that.
That's true. That is true.
Oh my gosh.
Which, by the way, Lee, what kind of wine are you drinking? Because this isn't your norm to go to wine. What are you drinking?
The name of this wine, it's called Menage a Trois. It's from Costco. It is because we're doing red wine, so it's a red wine. Yep, but I like the name Menage a Trois.
What are you drinking, Alisha?
So I went to my local Platinum Wine Lounge, which is one of my favorite places to go ever. And anyway, they sell a lot of the local vineyards and all this stuff. But this is a Willamette Valley Vineyards Pinot Noir, and it's delicious. So I'm really excited.
Nice. I went with Pinot Noir too. I got a Boda box.
Fancy.
I love it.
I did the Nighthawk. It's Lush Pinot Noir.
Ooh, Lush. Where is yours made? So Oregon is really well known for their Pinots, and that's where mine came from. But, because you're on the East Coast, I'm sure you can get Oregon wine, no problems. But I've never seen that kind. So where is it from?
I don't know, actually. It doesn't say.
Ooh, it's a mystery. All right. I'm going to look. What is it called? Nighthawk?
Nighthawk by Boda. Boda box.
I'm going to look it up.
I had last week, I gave Lee a little educational tutorial on what Boda boxes were.
I like it. It's like your own person.
Yeah, I had no clue. I thought she was just drinking out of a big old high C cardboard box. Juice box.
Well, do you want me to show you the video that Lee sent to me that spurred this whole thing on, Alisha?
Yes, please, because I'm intrigued.
I'm going to share my screen.
Oh, man. That's
hopefully
funny.
It's going to share the audio.
Hopefully it works. Let's see.
Let's see. Yes. Oh, I have to share a tab. Okay. Share a tab. Got it. Here we go.
Okay.
Can you see it?
No.
Share the happy tab. I'm going to add it to the studio. Give me 1 second. Here we go.
All right. Here we go.
Apparently, if you mix red wine with sweetened condensed milk, it tastes amazing.
I know. I did vanilla ice cream.
Was
and
it
wine.
amazing?
It was really good.
We're about to find out.
Why does this have to be so damn good?
Okay, first start off with your wine. You want to get a
Using box
Cabernet.
wine. I got this wine from Napa Valley. Return to Crapper Valley in a
Right?
second.
How much did you pay for that?
200.
Don't open it. Return it.
Excalibur! It was meant to be. Oh, the grapes. You can smell the grape.
Smell the wine
In the feet. They squish this with their feet. That looks exactly.
He used my technique.
I told you.
Oh,
Get
dude,
whatever
wine.
kind of wine you want.
All tastes the same to me. Oh, he's like, I'm a sommelier. No. Oh, a big dollop. Oh, let it run.
I feel like that's a lot.
I feel like that was a lot too.
Color.
That is. It is like, I don't have the little
Okay.
stir.
I don't have the little thing either. We're going to have to like swirl
Oh,
it
I
into
have
the
a-
spoon.
I have a stirrer. Do we want to see it all get all stirry? Or I mean, I brought
You'll
my
have
spoon
to
over.
do
I can
that.
hook the fork to my drill and then I can use the drill again.
I
Oh
want
my
to try
gosh.
the stirry thing. So hang on. I'm gonna do this for a second. Go get my stirry thing.
Maybe I should get a whisk.
All right, go get your stirry thing.
Should I just use a spoon? I brought a spoon. Should I do a spoon or a
Bad
whisk?
boy.
I'll be back.
I do the spoon because I'm gonna use my decrepit fork. Now everyone's leaving me. Where'd everybody go? I feel like I have a frother thing too. I just don't know.
So I just realized my frother thing says Peach Street,
All right.
and I'm like, oh look, I'm a Georgia peach, and look, Peach Street. I never noticed that it said that before. So
Everything's got to revert back to the
exactly.
motherland.
So I'm gonna say this looks really gross, but we're gonna give it a whirl. She went to go get a frothy thing or a
So
whisk.
like it's supposedly like it's supposed to like mask a little bit of the wine. So I think that's why
Okay.
we're doing it, because that's the scary part. It's one of those ninja drinks that we talk about. It just kind of creeps
Okay.
up on you, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna enjoy my non-condensed milk wine for a minute. Okay, so let me tell
Yeah,
you, I tried
Get a
to
few
open.
of those sips in just to
Yeah.
palate cleanse.
This is how I opened this. It was not happening. Like how it did not want to open. It was redonk. So I was like, well, maybe I can.
Does it
scoop
not have
out
the
and
little opener thingy like the tab?
No, I went with a cheaper version. My whatever you bought, mine was way more expensive. So I said, this is gonna be perfect. And it's the same thing. And we have a can opener, but it did not open very well.
I brought my can opener too,
Whoa.
just in case.
Yeah, I have mine, but it didn't do very good.
So I got.
Condensed.
So for those who are listening, because this is a very visual episode, you might want to watch this one on YouTube. So we all have a glass of
Yeah.
red wine,
I'm gonna
and
pour
we
some.
all
Mhm.
have condensed milk.
Okay, I guess
I'm gonna try to.
I know I wanted to enjoy a little bit of it just in case. I don't know how this is gonna go,
I'm
but
hoping
Katie, I
sound
trust
effects
you.
get on there for our listeners.
I've got.
All right, how much do I pour in? I'm ready.
That's a big ass wisp. Holy crap.
Well, it's condensed milk, yo. All right, we just
I'm
pour
going.
in?
Oh, I think that's good enough.
Oh God, I'm scared.
All right.
Okay,
Why is
y'all
mine
just
not
pouring way
coming
better
out?
than
I
mine.
Mine is past.
Drop down.
What is going on with y'all? I'll just.
I did it.
I'll
I
just
did
be
ask.
over here
Look at
stirring.
mine. Like mine's just barely.
Oh boy. I did ask if we were supposed to have it cold, and I didn't get an answer. So I think because I put it in the cooler a little bit. All right,
I said don't put it in the fridge.
I didn't see that.
How much are we supposed to fuck it? I don't know.
All right, I'm going with that.
Ooh,
and I'm gonna-
guys, it looks like a
I don't know how much
smoothie.
we were supposed to put, but
I don't know.
This is what mine looks like.
All right, here we go.
mine's not changing. Whoa, it's changing
Oh,
colors.
Alicia did a nice
River's
sample size. Oh, look at her
McDonald's is paying
spin.
attention.
Look, Lee, look.
Ooh, fancy.
Don't look at my messy spot where I drip condensed milk everywhere. All right.
It looks like a
feel like that's good.
blueberry contraption.
Katie, I trust you, but I'm really
All right,
worried this is gonna be gross. So it's cool.
I probably should not have poured myself that much.
Oh my gosh.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Give me a second. I'm almost done.
Okay, so I love that we all try different things. Katie went with the whisk. Lee, you're trying with the spoon, and I probably broke my frother, but that's okay.
And I like to, Alicia,
Alright.
yours a little darker color so that you probably
Yeah.
put a little less. I guess it's about the same. It just
It
looks
looks kind of the same.
the same.
Yeah. I just have a lot of condensed milk that dripped right there.
Yeah.
Yours is
All right.
pretty. Yours is aesthetically pleasing. Mine is a mess. Lee,
Oh,
look. That looks good, Lee.
All right.
Is that your same
Ooh.
fork that you used for the nail?
We don't
Oh,
want to
boy.
talk about that.
All right. Okay.
It might be.
Okay.
I think I grabbed the wrong one. All right.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
All right.
All right.
Cheers.
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 I don't
It's
know. I feel like it's okay. I feel like mine has too much condensed milk in it.
I don't love it. Don't
not
love
as
it.
Bad as what I thought it was going to be. It is a little thick. It's on the thicker side.
I feel like it's not as freaking good as everybody said it was gonna be.
Yeah. I think I feel like mine doesn't have enough condensed milk.
I think mine needs more wine.
This is why you don't believe everything on. Should pick the next video. Ugh.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I think mine needed, like, if it's supposed to be like a smoothie, I think mine needed more condensed milk. I don't know.
This is
I feel like
apparently
it heightened the alcohol. Ugh.
okay. So I added a little bit more wine, and it does taste better. Now I think once you get the amount, the ratios right, then I think you have to get the juice plus the consistency of the condensed milk ratio right.
I don't know. I'm gonna go more condensed milk and see if that makes it.
All right. Well, I added more wine, and
Look, mine's like a
turning
purpley.
it.
It's a pretty color.
It is pretty. I really should not have poured myself this much.
I don't love this.
It's interesting.
I'm
it's
glad we tried
okay.
it. Yeah, I'm glad we tried it.
Apparently, it's like a actual
different.
drink.
Really?
That. Yeah, it's like a drink in I think Brazil or something. Let me see if I can find the name of it.
I mean, it goes down like
I feel like
quickly,
this is
like
a
a
knockoff
smoothie.
version of that lavender foggy thing.
Oh, that was so good.
That was amazing. That
was so good.
This is like
Yeah, see, that one was good.
this is like everybody was talking about how amazing this is, and I'm actually kind of disappointed.
Yeah, I don't love this.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna go to straight wine.
Probably because
You know
we all
what's
grew up
dangerous
on
about
40
this,
ounces,
though?
4 Locos, and Mad Dog.
bad dog. You know what's dangerous about this though is if you get the consistency right, and if you like it, it goes down quickly, and so you're gonna drink a lot of wine really quickly.
So, okay, I found the drink. I think it's called an Espanjola, and they add pineapple to it. So it's condensed milk, wine, and then they add like pineapple.
Huh.
And I wonder if like the acidity of the pineapple kind of
Interesting.
helps it balance out a little more.
That's interesting.
But it's
I
like an
don't-
actual drink in Brazil.
Well, I say maybe 2026, let's plan a Brazil trip and then we can try it.
I'm going to go get a pineapple. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Carnival. Woohoo!
I want to go to Carnival. I
down.
really do. But I'm like, let's make it like a retirement party for me, maybe. I don't know, because if I'd go to Carnival, I don't want any stories to follow me back. I'd be like, I'm retired. I don't
Oh
care.
no, we're gonna dress up like the Rio character.
Oh,
we're gonna go
I love Rio.
flying. I like the Rio
Yes.
costume. That was the best one.
Oh, I love it. All right, I'm going back to just my regular.
What are we going to do with all this condensed milk now?
Well, we're gonna have to make some kind of dessert, maybe.
I don't know.
Mine has what looks like
What
a
do you
yummy
make with condensed
cheesecake on
milk?
it.
Like
So maybe
pie?
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. Oh, this one says flan. You can make flan.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
I'm not a flan person. I like condensed milk. Like it's just a sweet. I don't know. I've used it
Flan sounds good.
before, but I don't remember what I used it for. Maybe
Mine
something-
doesn't have any recipes on it. That's lame.
Oh, y'all got the lame one. You had to go to La Lechera. Did I say that right, Lee? La Lechera.
Yes, you said it perfectly. And then mine
Okay.
says 100 recipes, but it does not give me a single damn one. That don't make no damn sense.
That's so funny. Okay, let me just say how much I miss y'all so much. And Lee, I love that you got a haircut. It's like your summer look. I
Which
love
hair
it.
did you get cut?
Oh man, all of them, every single one of them on the head. All right, I'm still hairy everywhere else, but yeah, the head, that's all gone. This is kind of a thing that I do once a year. It's kind of a little spiritual thing for me going into spring and summer. This is kind of where I've been doing this for probably a decade now. Actually, probably more than that since high school. This is where I get my dad bod ready. So I guess in order for me to get those testosterone things going, and my hair grows back really quick. So like enjoy the baldness while you can, because I kid you not, in about a month I'll have the same hairstyle that I had before I shaved it. So it's just yeah, I do this for a while, and I keep up the tradition. My kids though, they freak out. Like I picked them up from Driveline, they didn't want to get in the car. They were telling the teacher, that's not my dad. And I was like, oh, God, I'm going to jail. This is going to be bad.
Oh, that's funny. That is too funny. Oh, my gosh. Oh, I just miss y'all. And I love this shelf of Legos. So good.
It is nice.
It's really good. I like it. So Lee and Katie, sorry.
Hopefully it'll be all
this is
finished soon. I still got a lot more
Yeah.
stuff to do. I got to do LED lights. I got to do a lot more stuff.
Yeah, but Lee, show them the Coors Light vending machine that you added, which is really cool.
I don't know if they can see it.
It's
Let's see, look at
fun.
that. Ta-da!
I
don't have it plugged up.
I've never seen one before, but it's fun.
But you press this button, and then the beer comes out. It's amazing.
I love it. I love it. Katie, What's your weather like now? Because when we went shopping, you were walking in snow to do this
It's
fun
60 degrees today. 60
Did all your
degrees. It feels like summertime.
Did all your snow melt?
Yeah, there's still like a couple of little piles that refuse to go away, but it all melted, completely
Okay.
melted. That was
Mhm.
probably the last little bit of snow that we'll get, which I'm okay with. So
It's time for spring and summer. I get it. You two were both in the full total the path of total eclipse. Lord, try to say that once. Then I think my La Lachetta wine is getting in already kicking. Anyway, y'all were in the total eclipse path. How was that?
amazing.
It was super cool. I saw your videos and stuff. It was really, really cool. Love it.
It was, I don't think I told you guys this yet. I can't remember. But we went to the state park that's really close by, like 5 minutes from our house. It's right on the river. There were a bunch of people that traveled from like Canada and New York City there. We had apparently 50,000 to 100,000 visitors in our county just to see the eclipse. And so like we found a nice spot and it wasn't like super crowded or anything. But what was so cool was like as the moon went over the sun and it just like you saw that little ring around it, everybody started cheering and gasping, and it was just like such a magical experience to have with other humans. I don't know, it was like so special. It was like, when you go to Disney and watch the fireworks.
Yeah.
It was like that, but everybody was getting all emotional and happy and excited, and like the kids were cheering and stuff. And so it was like really cool to watch it in a public park area where everybody has traveled just to see it, because like everybody there appreciated it. So it was really magical.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, I
it.
had the exact opposite experience because I was experiencing it with a 79-year-old grandma. It was just me and her. It was very, very pleasing, and she didn't have her welding mask or her eclipse glasses. So I definitely sweet lady. So shout out to you, ma'am, for always giving me work. But yeah, that's how I got to enjoy the eclipse. I was with grandma, not my grandma, but
Aw.
a grandma.
She probably really appreciated
She
it though.
probably, yes, like extremely appreciated it. How sweet is that? We only got like just a partial. I think it was only about 30%
Because she
of
gave
it
me
here.
some more work to do.
She gave,
Yeah, that's how
Hey,
she shows her appreciation. She just gives me more.
hey Lee, can you hear us okay?
Yeah, it's a little delayed, so hopefully when this thing comes out, it won't look like that or be like that. By the way, listeners, this is our first time we're changing our stuff. That's why we've been away for so long. We're trying out new podcast on there. Let us, but it's okay. We're gonna push through. We're gonna figure this out. I'm trying to jump the gun. I can read your minds. We've been doing this for quite some time, so now I'm like, all right, cool, let's go.
I didn't know if you wanted to
Let's do
pause
it.
the recording really quick and see, because like we're having a hard time understanding what you're saying at all. So I didn't know if you wanted to like pause and like reset or something.
Okay, we will pause it and go right back to it.
okay.
That's fine. We can try that, and then we'll clip it back in 3, 2, 1. Bring us in.
Oh, I'm doing. I didn't know I was doing.
You're supposed to bring us in.
And we're back. Okay, I'll bring us in. Okay, so we're back. Welcome back to Travel on the Rocks. We figured out some glitches. We're trying a new platform to see if this helps with some of our technical difficulties we've been having in the last couple. So if you saw any of our little glimpses and our teasers in the last one, I felt like Katie and I were talking to a ghost because Lee just was there but not there. So anyway, we're back. And cheers. We did the drink taste test of the condensed milk and red wine. I'm not a fan.
I'm not
Katie?
a fan either. Definitely not a fan.
I'm not a fan either.
I feel like all those videos hype people up just to get them to try something weird, and I was not a fan. Maybe the pineapple is the trick, so I will try that.
Yeah.
But
I think we definitely need to plan a carnival trip and then maybe we can see about the Brazil thing. Yeah, that'd be good.
I mean, I switched back to regular wine. So
I know, and my wine glass
I'll
is
tell you
now
what, I'm not going to be
layered
looking
with
at the drinks if we go to Brazil. I know that dang much.
No, you're going to be looking at blue costumes. So it's going to be fun.
Yes, Rio.
Rio. I love Rio. You know, that was Anna's like favorite when she was little. We used to watch that thing all the time. So love Rio. Okay, so I wanted to bring us back
But,
because I just got back from Norwegian Cruise Line. It was my initial sailing on Norwegian, which I thought was really cool. We ended up doing a 3-night because took my little kiddo, who's not a kiddo anymore, for her first cruise ever, which was a lot of fun. So I'll tell you, I tried to do a couple of lives just to show, and I'm again, Katie's my techie expert in all things social media, so she was training me a little bit. But I was trying to do some lives. So we went out of Port of Miami, super easy, by the way. Port of Miami was very nice, very structured, very organized. So you just kind of, it was almost like going through the airport, but much more relaxing, which was great. And then you go to basically after you get your boarding card and you check in, then you just kind of wait for your little boarding group to be called. I think we waited like 10 minutes maybe. I wasn't able to even do too much of a live. It was just like, oh, we're getting called. Great. So anyway, but very clean. We ended up getting on the boat, and so I am still, I think Royal is still my number one as far as favorite cruise line goes, but it is my goal for the next couple of years to try to experience a few different ones. The ship that I was on was Norwegian Pearl, which was a little bit of a smaller ship, but for Anna, who has never been on a cruise before, and I recommend this for all first-time cruisers, it was a perfect size for her because she was able to navigate. Like, well, we were all able to navigate, but for her being 18, and I'm like, you know what? You're an adult. Go do your own thing. Like, go have fun. Go sit by the pool. Go to the card room. Whatever you want to do, go experience it. And it wasn't overwhelming for her. Whereas Royal, who has some of the bigger ships, I think that would have been a little bit overwhelming, especially for first-time cruisers that might have a little bit of anxiety for cruising. So it was perfect. She did ask me, she said, Mom, next time we cruise, can I have my own room? So she definitely wanted her own cabin. The fold down couch was not as comfortable. We had to ask for like extra bedding to kind of make it soft for her. But the room itself, we had a club suite, and it wasn't any bigger, I didn't think, than Royal's ocean view room, Disney's ocean view room that I've also been on. It wasn't any bigger. I didn't think so. I don't really know what made it the club suite, but it was really nice. The bathroom was bigger, so I'll give you that. The bathroom was bigger than Royal's, not quite like Disney, because Disney, you know, has the two. It's got the toilet area and the sink area is separate than the tub shower area, so it wasn't set like that. But it was a bigger bathroom where they were combined. And then the ship itself, like I said, the ship itself was a little bit smaller, but it still had a beautiful pool. There was no slides or anything, so it was either play in the pool or lounge on the deck. There was a cool arcade looking area. Kids club, they have kids clubs also, which I didn't get to see because again, she's 18. They had a casino, which was super fun because that was her first experience. For Norwegian, you can be 18 and be in the casino. And in fact, I was teaching her how to play roulette, and the dealer, he looks over at me, he goes, "Miss Alicia, is your daughter 18?" I was like, "Actually, yeah, she is. You want to see her card?" Like, this is kind of a birthday trip for her to celebrate being 18. He's like, "No, no, no, that's okay." And just like, I was like, "But I'm teaching her, like, I want her to experience what a casino is." And where she's like wanting to spend my money versus spending her own. So
They always want to spend our money.
I,
They never want to
right?
touch their money.
No, and that's okay. I told her, I was like, "That's fine. Like, this is what we pay for entertain." I was telling her, like, when you pay for entertainment, if gambling is what you want to choose as entertainment, and if you think about, like, I can spend $50 gambling, or I can spend $50 going to a movie, you're still spending $50. If you come back with some winnings, then hey, cool, it's a good day. But anyways, she was that was like a little bit, roulette was a little bit much for her. But then we found the little quarter game where it, like, you launch the quarters and it pushes the quarters out. She actually won like $7. I mean, we spent like 40,
Nice.
but she did win. She's like, "Mom, that was super fun."
So
um
it's like real life, like Chuck E. Cheese gambling right there,
yes,
man. It's like
yes, it
old school
really
games.
was.
Now I have a quick
Yes.
question for you, Alicia.
Okay.
So you went on the Disney cruise a few weeks
Yes.
or almost a month ago now. And you went on this one. You were talking about the size of the cruise.
Yes.
My biggest thing is I went on Voyager through Royal, which is one of their smaller ships. Would you
Hmm.
compare the Disney ship that you went on to the same size as the one through Norwegian, or was it smaller?
No, I think Norwegian was smaller. Disney. So I went Disney Dream, and that just walking in, the atrium was beautiful and huge. Whereas Norwegian, it basically was like one story. Whereas when you walk into Disney Dream, you're looking at like 4 stories of an atrium. Now, we'll say Disney Dream, Disney and all the Disney cruises, they don't have a casino option. So, you're not going on Disney for a casino. Um, the atrium area for Norwegian was much smaller. It was more intimate, but still it was very pretty. It was just different because, like, when I walked in, I was expecting, like, you see levels upwards and beautiful chandeliers or something. So dogs are barking because I think Mike's
Oh
home.
no,
Anyway,
you're good. You're
so
good.
oh, yeah, he must be home. So anyway, so it's different because it is more of an intimate, smaller ship. It's still very beautiful. But you know what's funny is Norwegian had more food options than Disney Dream, like outside of the main ballroom. So Norwegian had 2 main dining room areas, and then they had a sushi restaurant. Gosh, I hope that's not too loud. A sushi restaurant. They had a steakhouse restaurant. They had, oh gosh, like three other restaurants specific to Norway, and
And
this for a
those
small
were
ship.
included in the actual cruise.
No, the main dining is. The others you
Okay.
have to do. You can do like reservations, and then, but yeah, it was a little extra cost. And I think maybe next time we might try the sushi because Anna really likes sushi. Um, but yeah, the main dining, we tried the 2 different main dining rooms, and one was more contemporary. It had like a lot of New York vibes, which was really cool. I thought like some really pretty artwork. And then the other, I felt like I had stepped back into the Victorian age in England. Like, I was like, "Oh my God, this looks like Downton Abbey." All this beautiful artwork from like the Victorian age, and it was gorgeous. Sorry, my poor dogs are just going nuts because her
And
daddy's
then,
home.
so how many decks was there? Because I think on Voyager, the one that I went on, there was a total of 14, but that's including like the captain's quarters and stuff like that. So how many decks was
Yeah.
on this one?
So there were 14. No, let me think. There were 13. 13. Um, and that included like the the lounge deck. So the lounge deck was like deck 13 where you can just go and hang out and read or whatever. Deck 12 was the pool deck, I believe. And it had the buffet area, and then there wasn't really, there was a couple of like Starbucks, coffee shops or whatever, but there wasn't like a big, there wasn't like different coffee shops that maybe Royal had. I know Disney had some different coffee shop areas. There was only two that I saw. One was on the pool deck, and then one was in the atrium area. And then, like I said, there was main dining room, and then I'm trying to think, the kids clubs and stuff were on deck 6, I believe. And so it was like I said, kids clubs, and then there was an arcade. Deck 7 had the casinos, and then there was the theater. They did have a theater, and we got to see a comedian, which which was really funny. Like, she did a show for families on Friday night, and then on Sunday it was like an adults only show, which again I was able to take my kiddo to because she's 18, so that was weird. But it was good. So overall, like, Norwegian was really cool. Like, the ship itself was really cool. But I'll tell you what I loved the most was the shore excursions. I got to do a dolphin encounter to where, like, I got
Yes.
to. Oh my God, it was so fun.
I
It
want to
was-
hear about this part.
It was my favorite. So we went to the Grand Bahamas and Freeport area. And oh my gosh, the boarding process for our bus was super easy. We just literally got off the boat, and there's like a little shopping area at Freeport in the port itself. And you can kind of walk around, hang out, and then they line you up with whatever shore excursion you have. And then you get on the bus, you drive for about, I don't know, it was probably about 20 minutes or so, maybe 30. And we went to this whole like dolphin sanctuary area. And when I know, and when I was like, oh gosh, a dolphin, like, are we talking like a little pool? And am I going to be really sad that we've got some dolphins that are not, they don't have the room to swim or something?
You're thinking like
No, this,
SeaWorld.
yes, I was, but no, this was like a larger area. I mean, a huge lagoon area, and they get to swim around and have their own good little time. And they are treated very well. They get fed very well. They get trainer interaction, people interaction, a lot of like dolphin interaction themselves, because there was a few of them in the sanctuary itself.
Aw.
And oh my God, it was so sweet.
I
And then-
remember when you like posted about that. That was like one of the first things that you posted about.
Yes.
And you were so excited. Like, I was like, it was contagious because I was like, I want to go. I want to go on
Yes!
a dolphin excursion.
It was so fun. And there was like the
Yeah.
swim with the dolphin people were with us, and that must have been sold out because I don't remember seeing the swim
The
with the dolphins. But
dolphin people, are these like real
Like,
people with fins?
no, like swim with the dolphin. Like, there's this excursion for swim with the dolphins, and then there's an excursion of dolphin encounter. And we were on the encounter piece, and they were in their swim with the dolphins where they got to kind of go in the lagoon. But honestly, we as our group, we were more in the water with our dog, and we went in like small groups. And so it
Mhm.
was a group of about 20 people, and they only let about 4 or 5 people in the lagoon with the dolphins at a time. And we were there for quite some time. We got to pet the dolphins, and we got to like talk to them, and we were doing some educational stuff. And then if the dolphin was like this one, oh my God, she was so cute and so sassy. She would like go and swim out in the big part of the lagoon, and he's like, yeah, she's got a mind of her own, so she's gonna do what
Aw.
she wants to do.
What do they feel like?
So I didn't know dolphins had hair and shed skin and hair like people do. I had no idea.
Ooh.
So like when you rub towards their dorsal fins, like it's very smooth, but when you rub, the other way, it's kind of like, like a guy's first day of like
Like
with hair
No
stubble
Shave
coming back.
November?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's like that. And so it was it was really cool, and I got to learn of like these females. I didn't know that where their milk ducts were, and whenever they nurse their young, how that worked. That was kind of interesting to learn. I didn't know about like their teeth. We
Hey,
learned about
that's
their
fine.
teeth.
Sometimes we don't even know where those are on regular humans, so
I
it's
know.
good to know where they're on dolphins.
But it was like so educational, but you were in the water with the dolphins, and it was just so sweet. And then they give you a little kiss, and yeah, I had to buy all
So
the pictures.
Oh,
you also
now I have
got
a
to swim
question,
with
or
the
actually,
pigs.
let me see if I beat Katie to it.
Okay. Which one are
Sorry.
you gonna ask?
Okay,
No,
can
it's
I go?
okay.
I was gonna ask a question about the dolphin. My bad. So the question for the dolphin is, did you book the excursion through the cruise line, or did you do something outside of the cruise line?
Nope. So me personally, I have a weird fear, especially like if you saw the people that were stranded. Aw, hi puppies. If you saw the people that were stranded in 8 different countries through Africa with the Norwegian cruise line, did you see that? Yeah. They booked a private tour and then ended up not making it back to the port whenever they were supposed to, or to the dock when they were supposed to. And
Oh,
that
I
boat,
did hear about that. Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah. Yeah.
that boat left them. I ain't all
Yeah.
about that life. So
Yeah.
I booked
Yeah, I
through.
bring that up for a specific reason, and the only reason I was asking you is because I wanted the viewers and listeners to really pay attention to that. Sometimes
Yes.
people have a big complaint when us travel agents try to offer them these excursions through the cruise line, and they're like, "Man, that's really overpriced. I can get it for this price." And I'm like, "Look, I can almost guarantee you will make it back. You will be safe, and you will be covered with everything with the actual cruise line company. When you start doing that extracurricular stuff that's outside for maybe a quarter of the price, I cannot guarantee anything of your safety, anything of your experience. I don't know what they're doing. And so some of these things could be reputable, but I'm not going to sell that to you, or I'm not going to offer that to you. So, thank you, Alisha, for booking so that we could have you back on this pod instead of just stranded somewhere in the Bahamas or something like that. But keep that in mind, guys. I brought that up for a specific reason, just because people, I know you want to save money, but believe me, these experiences are worth it. Alisha had an amazing time with the dolphins. And to go what Katie was talking about was the piggies. I want you to talk about the piggies.
Yes. Okay. So I will piggyback. Haha. Little pun
Oh.
on word. Yeah. I will piggyback on that because if you book through the cruise line and that excursion for whatever reason is delayed, the boat has to wait on the passengers to return if it's booked through the cruise line. If it is a private one, they do not have to wait, and they will leave at their departed time. I mean, I think they try to do as best as they can, but they get charged all this money, and there's, I mean, a whole scheduling I can't say conflict that they have to do, and all these other things to keep the other 2,500 or however many passengers there are on schedule for their next embarkation. But if they are through the cruise line, they have to wait on the passengers. So if you do it through a private company, they do not have to wait. And so now being stranded in the Bahamas is not that big of a deal, I don't think, versus where you're stranded in a country like, well, for this last one that's been in the news, they had to go through 8 different African countries, I think, and some of them without their passports or money. I can't even fathom that kind of
Oh, that's
nightmare.
even worse.
Yeah, some of them without their medicines. I just can't. I don't know. I can't fathom it. So go through the
And
cruise
keep in
line.
mind, guys, like the reason that the boats leave at a certain time is, let's just calculate in speed, right? I think the way that the boats are calculated in speed is through knots. And so most of the boats are going to go anywhere between 14 to 25 knots, per hour as a measurement. When you
Mhm.
when you do that in the miles per hour, that boat is only moving 30 miles per hour. It's not moving fast. It may seem like it's moving really quick. It's not. So the fact that they're on this timeline, because either you're going to have multiple destinations, multiple stops within so many things, they need those 12 to 13 hours to get there. Like these boats, when you're on deck, it seems like it's moving really quick because of the wind, but these boats are not moving really quick at all. It's a massive ship.
Right.
You obviously don't want to experience too much turbulence or anything like that, and the ocean stuff. And at the same time, we can't control the currents. I mean, things are going to happen like that. So keep that in mind, guys. And we're teaching Katie, because I went on the cruise earlier this year, going on another one in a few months. Alicia's been doing crazy cruising, but Katie's next. So we got to get Katie ready for this. So Katie, don't be late.
I'm curious, and I'm sure other people listening are too. How much does an excursion like the dolphin meet and greet and the piggies go for?
Yeah. So I think for the dolphin encounter, we paid, I want to say, I think I paid $119 per person. Now sometimes, and I did get one of these excursions for a deal where it's like 50% off for one person. So they calculated that. And then, but like the swimming with the piggies was, I think that one was $179 per person. And again, it was for the experience. I wanted to be able to do it and share with everyone and see what it was like. Now, I know multiple cruise lines will do the swim with the piggies. And so I've been kind of asking some people that I've known that have gone through other cruise lines how their experience was. And Norwegian was great. I will say, for Norwegian, I don't know if I would recommend it to without giving the full disclosure of it. Super fun. I loved it. I love little piggies. They were so fun. But it is not just like you're in the water and you're swimming with pigs. Like that's not how it went down. They're on their own little island. So we had to take a little boat from the main Great Stirrup Cay, so from the main island that Norwegian owns, to Treasure Island, where they have the trainers and the pig owners. They live on the island. And then of course the pigs, right? And so there's like this little cove area. They bring the pigs down, but the staff would not let you bring your phones down. So you could take pictures and videos from the upper decks, but you couldn't be in the water. So you had to if they took a ton of pictures with their GoPros and stuff. So of course it's like buying pictures from them. Right. But the swimming with the pigs, like they divided it into stations. So the swimming with the pigs was one station. The feeding the pigs was another station. The playing with the little piglets was another station. So the swimming with the pigs was like, hey, I'm going to throw out some apple chunks out in the middle of the cove, and then you just hold on to the pig, and they basically swam in a loop. They wanted to get their food, right? So they swim, and you're holding on like, oh, this is so cute. And it was cute. It was super cute. And they just wanted to go get their apple and come back and get fed another apple. The same thing with like the feeding the pigs. Like they show you how to feed the pigs with little skewer sticks, and then they put little slices of apples on there. And then there's a certain way, because you obviously don't want to stab the pigs and stuff. So there's because there's woods, and they were like, I want to eat it. So there's a certain way that you have to put it on the skewer so it doesn't like
Lee's over here like bacon.
I was thinking bacon on a stick all day.
Yes,
I was just like,
exactly.
that pig.
Exactly. And then the little piglets, like you could hold the piglets and you could play, but like to take a picture, you had to like pose with them, and they of course would use their GoPro for it. So so it wasn't like it was, hey, you're there and you're just going to swim around these pigs and have super fun, like just being one with nature and pigs. It was divided in station, and it was organized, and it was fine, but it was more tourist trappy, if you will. And I don't know if Royal does it, because what I've heard from people that have done Royal is a little more interactive, I think. But I will say
I think Sandal's experience is a little more interactive too.
Yeah. So I've heard different things like that. And so that I don't know for Norwegian, I don't know if I would recommend it unless people are like, I die hard, I want to swim with pigs. And then the other thing, like, of course they're going to poop, because it's pigs. I mean, they're going to do it. So I didn't think about them pooping in the water. and the staff were like ready to go and scooped it up. Right. But then you're like, oh my God, I'm swimming right beside poop. And that's kind of, you don't want to do that.
What did you think about the dolphins? The dolphins are going to do that all across the water.
But
theirs is magical poop, so it's okay.
Yes. And they had this huge.
No, that seems very animalist.
Area.
I don't know what the animalist word is, but that's animalist.
But when the dolphins, if they did, I wasn't standing right beside the poop. Like it was like, here's me, here's the poop. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get out of the water now, whatever. And like I said, the staff was very professional and they were there like to scoop it out or whatever. And it's fine. And I grew up on a farm, so this didn't like super gross me out. But it's just one of those things like I knew like there was gonna be pooping, obviously, but I just didn't think about them like, hey, I don't care. I'm pooping in water. I don't care. And so that was fun.
Have you guys ever had a pilot fish swim like where they like stick next to your leg when you're doing any of those encounters? I have. So
Pilot
the
fish.
first,
Are those the ones that kind of ride the big sharks and everything?
yeah, and like they just like swim really, really, really close. So the first cruise that I went on, the Carnival cruise I was telling you guys about, we did like the snorkeling experience, and this pilot fish came and it would not leave me alone. It was like stuck next to my leg the entire time. And
Well, like
all I
the
could think
biggest
about,
thing is that pilot fish, they like white meat. That's the thing. Us dark meat people, they kind of stay away from us, but they're all about the white meat, all right?
oh my gosh.
funny,
Okay, so
Lee.
does that mean that all sharks are white meat?
The great white shark. Why do you think it's in the name? Like it's totally in the
That's
name.
just one
Great
type of
white. It's not the
shark.
great dark.
There's
It's not the great
bull
black.
shark.
Yeah. And there's black tip sharks.
Yeah.
There's like,
There's like a
different-
bunch of sharks. I'm no
Yeah.
shark expert,
I
but
was
there's
just
a
trying to
bunch of
make a
sharks.
joke. You didn't have to go and do all these different categories and species and whatever. Like, man, whatever.
I was just curious because that thing swam next to me the entire freaking time we were doing the snorkeling, and I kept looking around and I was
Well,
like, there's got to be a shark around
Was
here
your hair
somewhere.
was your hair red like then? Was it already
No,
burgundy?
no, it actually wasn't.
Oh, that's funny.
It was brown.
Maybe it was
Okay.
just
I was
lost
thinking
and
maybe
waiting
they
for a
thought,
shark. to
blood, in the
come
water,
up.
your hair.
I don't know. That's fun. That's a stretch, Lee. That's a stretch.
I'm
But I do
trying to
talk-
do something, but it's so crazy because I think a lot of them they do follow you only because they're searching for food. So maybe if you were walking somewhere near starfish or whatever, I mean that's the only reason they're on you is they're
Oh,
just
maybe.
drafting a ride.
That's a
But
good
it was
idea.
so interesting because like it would get really, really close to my skin. So like the tiny, tiny hairs on your legs, like I could barely feel it next to me. And I was like, I
Yeah.
wonder if this is what like sharks feel or other like because I think they do it to stingrays and other larger
Oh,
sea
that's
life,
cool.
sea creatures. So but like I would turn and I could feel it like turning with me, and I was like, this is so weird.
That's cool. Oh, that's cool. That'd be fun. You have your own little pilot fish.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Well, I want my own little dolphin experience. That
Oh my
sounds
gosh.
amazing.
It was my favorite. It really was. It was I felt like I was one with this one dolphin. Like she was my spirit animal. She was the saucy one. It was like
Aw.
I think her name was Sandy. I can't remember. But anyway, she was so cute. So cute. And she had her own little flair. It was pretty good.
Sandy,
Yes.
summer love and happy.
Yes.
Did you guys do any other excursions or just the
Just
the
those
piggies and
two.
the dolphin?
Yeah, just those two. I did so on Great Stirrup Cay, we were there all day, which was a lot of fun. And by the way, I didn't realize it was I mean, you could see the Royal Caribbean island, Perfect Day Coco Cay, right? I mean, you could see the balloon and the water. Like, it was really cool. You probably swim to it, I imagine. But Great Stirrup Cay had their own, it was beautiful beaches, beautiful water, and the weather was perfect. So we got out on the beach, I think probably about 9 o'clock, maybe 8:30. And the water was super calm and warm. And I said, you know what? I want to go and do paddleboarding. I love paddleboarding. So I was like, let me just see what they offer for $39. It was like 45 minutes. And the staff was very, very friendly. Like, you come back anytime, ma'am, and you can do more. And like, I actually think I stayed out there a little bit longer than 45 minutes and they didn't care. But I got to see all kind of like pretty tropical fish as I'm paddleboarding around. I mean, it was a big area to paddleboard around. And that was super fun. I was like, this is really cool. They they have zip lining, which we didn't do. And then there's kayaks, and I'm trying to remember. There was like a couple of different shop markets, whatever. And then
Mhm.
there was a couple of different food stations and stuff. And it was a lot of fun. So it was a very pleasant surprise with Norwegian. And I wasn't sure what to expect, but it was really, really nice. And definitely for me, and I think Anna agrees now, that 3 nights is not long enough. So
Now from the
go
yeah,
ahead,
it
please.
goes by
Sorry.
pretty quick. But from the people that you saw getting off the boat and then getting back on the boat,
Mhm.
was there a lot of people that you saw migrate to go do excursions, or was it just like you kind of saw a mixture of people just relaxing and chilling, stuff like that? Because I know with Royal, depending on the port that you're going out of, a lot of people like
Yeah.
to explore and do those things. But you're going out of a different port completely. Did you kind of see a mixture of
Yeah.
that, or was it more people actually participating in those activities?
It was a mixture, at least for Great Stirrup Cay. It was a mixture. There was a lot of people that did excursions on the Grand Bahamas. So there was a few people. I shouldn't say a lot because it was not overwhelming. In fact, the ship didn't have the ship, for being as big as it was. I think it only had maybe 2,000 people, maybe a little less than that. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, so it didn't feel like a lot of people. And so when we were all kind of bunched up and ready to go for our excursions, they had us grouped very well. And they had the time spaced out. So it wasn't like we were all crowding one area either, which was great. But for when we got to Great Stirrup Cay, there was a lot of people that were just like, I'm just going to chill out and hang out and play on the beach, play in the water. And yeah, it was good. It was really good. So I recommend, especially for first time cruisers. This was definitely a great intro for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun.
10
I
out of
loved it.
10. Recommend.
Yes, definitely recommend. Definitely recommend. And Norwegian, I think, because they always are trying to compete with Royal and with some others or whatever. They really have. I've just been doing a lot of research with their niche. Their niche being a lot of Alaskan, a lot of European stuff or whatever. They do pretty good. Bahamas is great. Loved it. It was good.
Awesome.
Yeah, I definitely want to do Alaska one day.
I do too. I want to do Alaska and Antarctica.
Yes. Yes. Maybe one day. Maybe we'll plan it for a couple of years. That way we can save up for it.
Yeah.
And then we have to kind of pick out those months and days because there's only like
Yes.
a good chunk of time to actually go to Alaska where you can enjoy it. So we have to make sure
Yes.
we plan that out way
Yes.
in advance. I, on the other hand, want to do a Virgin to Europe. Their itineraries to Europe seem
I
amazing.
know. They look kick ass.
They do look cook at. Yes. I want to do so. I've looked at them for. In fact, I have a friend. She didn't know I was a travel agent at the time. In fact, actually, when she booked, I probably wasn't. But she's going to Ibiza. She's going to southern France. She's doing all on Virgin. I was like, girl, I'm gonna need to see videos and pictures that you feel comfortable releasing to me. So
I took a trip to Ibiza.
I know it's gonna be so fun.
That's
Oh,
gonna be
man.
awesome.
And you know who else? Like, I mean, we haven't talked about it because I don't know if anybody else has experienced them or not. But Princess has a big niche in Alaska,
Mhm.
and I'm doing some training and learning, and I want to look into that too. I have a potential client that wants to see the Northern Lights, and they want to see the icebergs. And what I've learned is like the Northern Lights. Obviously, you can't predict them, but there's different seasons. And Katie, I think you brought that up actually about the University
The
of Alaska.
chasing.
Yeah, yeah. But if you do the land tours with it, the
Mhm.
cruise tours, sorry, the cruise tours with it. Princess has this really cool one that goes all the way into Fairbanks, and you can stay overnight in Fairbanks, which actually is in the Aurora Borealis loop, which is really cool.
Mhm.
And then you can go into Anchorage and to some other little towns and stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah,
Fun to
it's
do.
interesting because you cannot. So I learned this from. I did like a huge deep dive into the Aurora Borealis, but
Yes, it's fun.
for like Norway and Iceland and that
Mhm.
area. But while I was doing the research, I learned about Alaska too. But
Mhm.
a lot of places do chases, and because you cannot like predict it, you can tell when is good climate and good
Yeah.
conditions for it, but you can't like predict that it will actually happen. So they recommend like going to these locations where it happens frequently so that you have a better chance of seeing them. And like that one town that I was sharing with you has like really high chances in Alaska. And so I want to do that so bad. I would love to see that. And I also just want to see like icebergs before they disappear.
I know, right?
So
Okay,
No
so Lee,
kidding. Katie's El Nino is starting to take over everything.
I know.
But Lee, maybe you'll agree to versus us doing Virgin. Maybe we can do an Alaska cruise together, and we could do that. Would you
I'm
be
down to do Alaskan. I'm super down only because I've noticed I have a lot of interest from my clients. A lot of the cruise lines are actually doing really great airline deals with the cruises as well. And they're partnering with like really big brands like Delta and American. So you almost you feel really safe actually going ahead and booking these flights with these people because they're gonna take care of you, put you on JetBlue if something cancels or whatever. So I'm down. But I want to know where y'all want to start because I know a lot of the Alaskan ones they either start in Seattle or they'll start in Alaska or Canada. So which one would where would y'all like to start? Where would y'all like to end?
We start at Alicia's house. We take a road trip up to Seattle to go through the redwoods, and then we hop on the boat.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And then we go into season 5 or 6 of Alone and film our own survival episodes in Alaska.
Okay, so this is definitely going to be retirement plan.
Like
I think
Eclipse thing where we're going to do like our Twilight series. We're going to go up into Washington into the woods and do some type of Twilight stuff.
Oh no, but I did send you guys the I think what was it 2045 or something where the eclipse is happening in Florida in its totality. So we'll all have to plan a reunion trip to Epcot for that one.
Yes. And if we need to,
do you know how packed it's going to be in Florida?
Well, of course, but
if 2045, Lee.
If you
Florida might be underwater.
I know, by then Disney will actually fully complete like Epcot, so it might actually be completely done by the time that actually happens.
But you know what's funny though is if we want to go earlier, because Anna was asking me, she's like, "Mom, is this my only chance? Am I missing out?" I'm like, "No, it happens. You just have to figure out where it is in the world. Like it happens."
Right. Yeah.
So in 2028, they actually are doing one. I mean, it hits Alaska. Sorry, Australia. Sorry, it hits Australia, I think.
Isn't there one in Alaska too?
So there's one in 2026 that hits Greenland, northern Spain, and Iceland, I think. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It might have been Alaska in there somewhere too, but I know in 2028 it hits Australia because I was like, baby, I've always wanted to go to Australia.
I would love to hold a koala bear and watch the eclipse.
Yes,
that would be my goal in life.
Although I'm sure a koala bear could claw your face off, but yes.
It's okay because if he doesn't claw my eyes out, the eclipse will. So somebody's getting eye damage.
Yes. So we can plan that. And I told her, I said, that's going to be your college graduation. Maybe we just plan a trip right now. It'll be perfect. And I told her I was going to bring friends. So it's okay.
Well, she can bring friends too. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. By then she'll be already graduated and
I know
and making her own career and then maybe even just paying for all of us to go on trips because she loves the podcast so much.
I love it.
We'll do
that. She's got to support her retiring parent.
Yes. So I will say on her, so she's brand new to Instagram and she started posting some pictures of our cruise and she even gave me like a little shout out. She's like, thanks to my mama and Pixie Vacations by Alisha. And I was like, oh,
now, hang on. Did that make you feel old or did that make you feel pretty precious?
I thought it was precious. I thought it was sweet. Yeah, I thought it was super sweet. I was like, oh,
that's really cute.
Yeah, I was like, dang, a lot of
I
her
feel
tags
like
got
I'm
way
old
more
because now
views
my
than mine.
kids are just like, dang, that's crazy. My kids now, they're like, Dad, stop capping. Why you capping? And I'm like, bruh,
What does that
don't
even
even
mean?
start with dad.
Yeah, I don't know what
Cap.
that means either.
You don't know what no cap means?
No, I don't know what no cat
No,
means.
I mean,
Okay,
no
so
cap meant I
okay,
was not
so when
wearing a baseball hat back in, I don't know. What does that
Yeah, I don't know
mean?
what that
my
means either.
gosh. All right. So
Is
no
it
Teach us,
stop
no
Lee.
fooling
cap means
around?
like no lie. No,
Stop fooling
like no
around.
lie.
Oh, that's
Like
right.
don't lie.
That's right. That's right. I do remember learning that lingo. So I'm not cool.
Yeah. So if I'm
Lee.
like, hey guys, I'm over here in a Mickey Mouse costume, no cap, that means no lie. I'm in a Mickey Mouse costume.
Oh
Why
Lord.
would you say that though? Why would you like I don't understand.
Because
I still don't understand.
It's the same as like so what I heard this weekend was y'all, I gotta go get my light drip on. I was like, what the light drip? It's clothing. Like, why is drip considered clothing? I don't know, because I'm old and I'm not up with the lingo. So why is cap mean lying? I don't
oh
know.
man,
But why would you
So
say no lie? Like that's
that's
what I'm
crazy.
saying. Is it like no joke, no BS? Like I'm not like what I don't understand the idiom part, I guess.
there's it's because you're in the
It's
same of
like
like we don't
joshing.
give a shit,
Why are
Marco.
you joshing?
That's why are you joking? And Joshin is really, really old. That's not a new term. I didn't
It's
come
the
up
new
with that.
joshing.
You
It's
joshing, I
it's
guess.
the new
I don't know.
joshing. Like that's what it is. Or I don't know if y'all said it because I know y'all are originally from Georgia, but I know people were saying like something about crow or like spitting crow or something like that.
Oh, you be careful with that.
No, that's more like
Not the Jim
when you
Crow laws.
say
Not that.
no, but when you
I don't
say like
know. I don't know what you're saying.
when you say like I'm gonna go eat crow, meaning
Oh,
like
yeah, you're gonna
yeah, like
yeah.
meaning what you're saying is not true. It's basically
Yeah,
like
see?
catching you
Like
and
no
yeah.
cap.
I don't think
It's
so.
not the same, I don't
It's
think.
not the same.
It's not the same. Oh Lord, we are digressing.
I
Okay.
am doing okay. It means for real. That's what no cap means. I just Urban Dictionaryed it.
The
For
fact that you
real.
had
That's
the
all you
Urban
had to say.
Dictionary, now it's
I
just
just it's
again white
fun.
meat.
I like it.
That's all I
It's
gotta
fun.
say.
So,
White meat.
so if I
White
said
meat.
like, "Oh, for real? No cap?" Okay, I understand now.
No cap.
You're too funny. Okay, let's go back to Lee. Where are you going? I know you talked about it, but I know you're on Royal. Where are you actually going? What's your itinerary coming up?
Chicken butt.
Lee, catch up.
That made me almost cough up my condensed milk wine.
Oh,
But I am going to Perfect Day Coco K, and then I
Oh,
think
okay.
it's still there lagging around. But yeah, we're going to Perfect Day Coco K, and I think because I'm going with another agent, we might be going to the Sandals that's near there. I figure we knock out two birds, one stone, no cap, and yeah, so that's where I'm going. But that's in August, and I definitely will be going back to Cozumel at the beginning of the year to kind of see the layout for the new private beach that Royal Caribbean will be releasing in Cozumel. So those are my two cruises that
Oh,
are planned
nice.
so far.
Ooh, nice. Very nice. Very nice.
That's bussin'.
Okay, you need to get off of Urban Dictionary. Good
Yeah.
Jesus. Now, Katie, you are going on the newest, baddest ship out of Royal. What's the name of this ship again? I forget.
Utopia.
Yeah, I've got a few clients going on that one. So I'm excited. I might have to pass them your info, be like, y'all, she's gonna be on the boats if there's problems.
Yeah, we can my aunt and her hubby are coming with us. So we're gonna They're a lot of fun. They're a really fun travel couple. So if they want to
Good.
hang out or something, just shoot them my way.
Okay, very good. Very good. Oh my gosh. All right, y'all. We've been
Perfect.
going
Now
at
I
this.
want to say, is this going to
Go
be
ahead,
the
hon.
end of our cruising series? Because we got a lot of
No.
special guests that want to come on. I want to get into Katie's curio stuff
Yes.
because we have some stuff to talk about that does involve haunting that I was involved in, and I would love to bring that up because
Oh
that shit kept me
yeah.
up all damn night. But
Oh my gosh. That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
yeah,
Yeah, we
I
can talk
think
about
I
that.
think we should get ready to start talking about fall.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. So I would like to bring on one of our agents that did Virgin. She can talk about Virgin for a few minutes, and then she's really big into Disneyland and Oogie Boogie nights and things. And yeah, I think we can bring in some of that. That would be fun because the
That would
fall
be
would be
super
good.
fun.
That would be good. Oh my gosh, I love it, y'all. But we've been going for like an
Perfect.
hour and 20, and my battery's starting to die, and
Yep, same
it's
here.
empty. So
I need to go get a
My glasses.
gut cleanser after that drink.
yeah, I probably need to eat dinner too, probably. So and my family probably wants to eat dinner too. So
Oh man.
anyway,
And
go ahead,
again,
Lee.
thank you guys for waiting for all of us. A lot of us has been trying to figure out what we're going to be doing with our streamings. We're going to come up with more content-based stuff to get you more participating in what we do. So comment down below what you want to see, what you want us to try. We have a video that
Yep.
we're going to be posting out pretty soon. It might actually be
Yes.
posting before this, but we want to try to do more stuff like that. So thank you guys for supporting Travel on the Rocks. Katie, hit him with all the socials.
It's at Travel on the Rocks on YouTube and Facebook and TikTok. Instagram coming soon.
Yeah, it's very exciting. All right, thanks you guys. Thanks for
All
listening
right.
in, and we will see you soon.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. All right. I ended the recording in 3, 2,